Hi guys, welcome back to my podcast. Again, my name is Natasha and you're listening to the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom. And today I have my friend, producer, and director of All Because of a Man, and he's going to be speaking about his vision for that film. Hey James.
Hi Tasha.
How are you?
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being a part of my podcast. I really appreciate it.
I'm super excited to just be here. Like, this is your podcast. This is something that you're doing. It's going to be very successful. And I just cannot wait for more.
Thank you. I have so much in store. Like, I have so many ideas, so many people that's interested in being a part of the podcast, and people that's just like, how do I get to your podcast? You know, it's like exciting. It's a good feeling to know that people want to be a part of and listen to what I have to say.
Yeah.
So today, we're going to talk about All Because of a Man. You just produced and direct your first film.
Yes,
how does that feel?
It feels good, and it was one of the quotes that Will Smith always said, don't take the failure to your heart and don't take the success to your mind.
Right.
So I'm just humbled to be a part of, the vessel that God used to create this film. So it feels good. Feels good.
I mean, I'm trying to be humble too. So somebody asked me today, they was like, how did you? I said, listen, I felt like a celebrity. James had the red carpet, the backsplash of our pictures. People was... when you're on the red carpet and the celebrities, they smiling left, smiling right. Everybody want a picture, and I'm still like, yes, baby.
It was a lot of pictures being taken. I was like, oh, I didn't expect this. But I don't like to be in front of the camera. I like to be behind it. So it was kind of nerve wracking for me to see, like, oh God, I'm doing this. But it was awesome.
It was a great experience. I mean, I have to thank you again. I can't even thank you enough for just having me a part of that project, because
it's just stories that needed to be told and women that needed to hear them.
Right.
And it was healing going on in that theater. And afterwards, the feedback that each one of us got, was just nothing but positive feedback. And people literally took it in, and it's like, I've been through that. Right. And that was just, I was like,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was really? They was like, every story is relatable.
Yes, yes.
So I'm happy that I was a part of something that was so powerful. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, just being a part of that film kind of brought me where I am right now, because it encouraged me. It was like, Tasha, you could do more, because I was sitting around doing nothing, and once I did something that felt so powerful, it was like, you can't just not do nothing now. Like, you done did that. You got a taste of what it feel like to be recording and be in front of a camera. Now you have to do something else.
Like I told all you girls before, use this moment as your platform to build your businesses and to promote your businesses, because at the same time, even though you're bringing in an audience, that audience can also transition into other things as well. Right. So yeah, you're doing the perfect thing. And it was amazing that when I was actually doing your flyers and putting them in the goodie bags, I was like, oh my God, Tasha about to blow up.
I know. It's like, what? I just can't even believe that I did it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did it.
And literally, and you were good.
I know.
And you did it's amazing. It's amazing.
I can't believe it. But let's get into the film.
Okay.
What encouraged you to create All Because of a Man?
Okay. It started... I started All Because of a Man back in 2014, and I had a completely different cast. The reason why I started it is because, working in the call center, it was a lot of women that used to come to me and confide in me about, the things that they go through in their relationships and what happened in their past. And then I'm listening to all these stories. I'm like, oh my gosh, these stories are so similar. She just talked to me about the same thing. And I'm like, okay, let me just create a help tool that women can go to and relate to the stories, and then heal from the stories. Because it's me personally, I feel that if I see somebody going through something and they survived it, I can oh, that's a piece of cake.
Exactly.
I can get through that.
Right.
So in 2014 I created it, and I had 7 girls there. And they all signed on and they wanted to be a part of it, but at the time I was making so much good money at my job.
Really?
I was like, let me focus on the overtime. Let me focus on getting this money.
Mm-hmm.
And I got sidetracked. But then God brought it back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, where I was watching an episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
and Sheree was talking about what she'd been through in her past with her ex, her abusive ex, and it's like all that like stuff that she had built up came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get on top of this and create this film.
Right.
So that's where it all started. And
so, how did you select your second round of girls?
Okay, good question. How did it all start? Of course, I knew, Tiffany is my roommate, and she's one of my best friends. And, with her telling me her story, I knew that she wanted to, that she'll be a part of it. She brought you on. It was like, you need to talk to Tasha. Because Tasha has, I don't know what you've been through. She never told me anything. And then that's when, of course, Mateen and I are close. And Mateen came. And she was like, you should talk to Ingrid. And then Ingrid was like, you should talk to Tasha. And I was like, and I had my entire cast by 10, 11 o'clock a.m. that Monday. And I was like, God, it's meant to happen.
I know, because when you came to me about it, I was so stoked. I was like, yes. But I struggled, James. When we got close to the end, I swear, I told Tiffany, I said, Tiffany, if I personally didn't know James and felt like this would damage a friendship, I would have said the day before, I'm like, James, I can't. If I didn't know you, I probably wouldn't answer that call. And just because it was just so, and I called Tiffany the day before, I was like, Tiff, I don't think I could do it. I don't know.
But the thing is, when you did it, you were so calm and you told your entire story and you told different layers of your story. So it was only you coming out and being able to tell you. I was like, whoa. When I saw it for the first time, I'm like, Tosh, really?
Yes. I mean, I'm naturally a talker. That's why I started the podcast. I can run my mouth. Before I start running it, I tell them I'm about to run my mouth. I let people know I'm about to go in so they know. So the thing is, it was up my alley. I think what I was scared of the most,
people judging you,
the judgment of the film, and then it was more of a superficial one. At the time, I was, I'm transitioning with my braces. I was not comfortable with my teeth yet, and being in front of the film was in front of the camera, I was like, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it did look horrible on film because I seen it and I was like, ooh, Tosh,
really? You thought that?
Yeah, yes it did.
I've never thought that.
Even Sean Shaw was like, oh, my front teeth don't look like that no more. I can't stand it.
Dang, Trey.
I can't stand it. I was like, all right, Trey, you have to do.
I literally never paid attention to it.
Well, I seen it and I was looking like, right. But,
so you thought about that when we was in the cabins when you saw it for the first time?
I did, but it didn't because we watched it on a smaller
TV. Yeah,
I saw it, but I was like, okay. But when we got it on the big screen, I was like, ooh.
I would have never thought that.
I was looking like, oh, I don't know, but at the end of the day, I was like, you know what, you're transitioning.
Yes, you are.
You're growing. You know what I'm saying? So don't let that hold you back. And I just went along with it. I was like, yeah, I have on braces. So obviously I know what the problem is and I'm correcting it. You know what I'm saying? So I just told myself, just do it. But it also had a lot to do with the information was so personal.
It was very personal.
And you have to really go deep. A lot of that stuff I don't talk about. So just to have to put it out in the open like that, it was just very hard. Yeah. It was a very hard experience. So I just was like, all right, Tasha, just mentally get your life and just do it. So I know that working with 5 women, sometimes it could be difficult. Who knows? I don't know. But what was your experience like? You having to deal with all these different personalities and,
To be honest, I'm going to be so honest with you. It was a piece of cake, but when people say it's always that one, and it was that one, and I did not I did not know how to deal with it delicately. And having Simone, which is our production manager, which she's amazing at what she do.
She is. I freaking love
when
Simone.
I tell you, I'm so blessed to have her a part of this film in my production, because I would have not survived without her. I know I wouldn't. But she sat down and told me if I had an issue with any of the women, like, she will talk to y'all about it. Because I'm straightforward. I see what I gotta say, and once I say what I have to say, it's just that I can't apologize for it. But it's like I said, it was that one, and I can't say anything from there.
That's all right. But you know what? It's all love, though.
Yeah,
you know
it
what I'm
is
saying?
love,
Like, at the end of the day, I'm sure you guys hopefully were able to sit down, hash it out, and just come to
the thing is, it was fear. It was a lot of fear of being judged and being in the light of it all. And I completely understand it. And while we were on our trip, and I was talking, I was like, I get it. I get why she's behaving like that. It's because she's so scared of being judged and everything. But yeah,
I think I know for me, I mean, and I think all of us, we have talked as a group and personally, and I think everybody had that fear of judgment, because it was deep information, talking about past hurt, relationships, things that you did that you may not, you don't even agree with now, so it's like you're exposing so much of yourself. And then, like, for me I was like, okay, if we take it to other states or cities, it's different, because you don't know anybody in the crowd.
Because it's your home,
the first premiere was home. It was all our coworkers, friends, family, and it was kind of like, you're peeling back the onion and you're letting everybody in. So it was very hard, and I could understand that fear, because I definitely had it.
I got my fear 5 minutes before, like 5 minutes into the premiere, and I had a panic attack, and like I because I was so scared that when people see my film, like, is it going to be up to par, what I believe a film is, or what they believe a documentary would be, or will I be ridiculed by men in the audience that think that I'm bashing? Because I had issues with men, saying that I'm bashing, and it's the complete opposite. So I had a panic attack, and Tasha Dunn and Mateen held me for those 5 minutes, because it was all being released out. Right. Everybody had it.
I know. I mean, when it got close, it was like, oh, it's about to start. Oh my God. But again, the feedback after, everybody felt so like,
and so felt so free and so excited about that finally our story, their stories is being told, and I'm like, whoa,
So of all the stories, which one did you either relate to the most or touched you the most?
I can honestly, I'm gonna go through all of the stories, and each story I've been through. My teen story, I was molested by my stepfather. Tasha Dunn's story, where she didn't grow up without a father, and I didn't grow up without a father, and I always thought that, okay, if my father would be there, like, I will be more masculine and do more like sports and stuff. Tiffany's story, I was manipulated in my last relationship in 8 years. After that relationship, it took me, literally, I've been single for 8 years on purpose. But that last relationship, I was manipulated and doing a lot of things that I wasn't comfortable with. Your story, where you, I have to talk to you about that one. I don't want to put that one on there, but it had to do with a particular thing that you said. But I can say, when you mention, like, okay, there's 2 parts of your story, but I'm not going to discuss that other part.
Please
but no, I'm not going to discuss that one. But when you mention that when they know that they're doing something to you, and you don't have any facts to back it up or prove it, but they know, and they make it seem like that you're crazy.
Right.
No, I know, and I know what you're doing, and yeah. So and then Ingrid's story. I think Ingrid's story. I can relate to Ingrid personally because Ingrid is a professional. She's straightforward. She, you know, her faith is like really like amazing, and I can just relate to her personally, but her story I won't be able to relate to. But I can honestly tell you that like all of like I can't choose one. I just can't choose one. No.
I mean, they all were good.
They all
stories.
were so good, and I'm like,
I'm
like, and to be honest, that like watching it for the first time and the first 5 times, I had the same reaction to where I cried numerous of times because y'all's stories healed me in the process.
Wow.
You know, like literally healed me in the process. I was like, okay, this is what it's been. It's meant for me and meant for other people too.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think as the girls, I think we also healed as well.
Yes.
You know, just talking about it.
And then behind closed doors, y'all talked about it a lot too.
Right. Yeah. You know, behind closed doors, you know, we build a friendship. Yeah. Like Allison was saying, we have to have a community of women. We need to have a community where we can support each other, and I feel like we built that community. Like as far as me personally dealing with 4 other women, like when I went into it, I was thinking to myself like, oh my God, you know, 2 of the girls I didn't know Tasha Dunn, and I didn't know Ingrid, but Mateen, I knew Mateen from work, but I didn't like her. Mateen, we already discussed all that, but I love you now, boo boo.
Yeah, y'all good
and
friends.
Then Tasha and Ingrid, I didn't know. So it was like, and Tiffany, you know, we already friends or whatever. So I'm like, oh my God, I don't know 2 of the girls, and then me and you know Mateen, we don't even really talk. I don't know, but I went into it with an open mind, and all of us are so close. It's like
it clicked the first day, and the thing is, y'all were doing y'all scenes and everything, but like while y'all was doing makeup and everything, it's like that's when y'all bonded. But that second day when y'all was in that hotel room, y'all was literally it was it, and
that was it.
And this is why I want y'all to continue to work with each other and build something together. And this is why I plan trips and things for us to do, because it's like y'all are a sisterhood, and I just don't want y'all to break that, you know?
Right. And I enjoyed, like, we went to Georgia. That trip was amazing. I had so much fun.
I told my friend yesterday about it, and I was like, yeah, we died almost 4 times, but it was good. It was so much fun.
That whitewater rafting, it was fun, but baby, our life was literally on the line.
On the line.
And then I don't know what told us, at least me, to be in the front of a boat. Because, baby, I'm trying to tell you, like, when we got stuck on that rock, James, I could not stop laughing. Y'all was looking at me like, this girl crazy.
Like, she's possessed. I was like, oh my God, why is she laughing like this?
Because
we're dying and she's laughing.
We were stuck on that rock, and I literally was trying to get my life together, but I couldn't. All I could do was laugh. But that trip was so fun. It was so healing. It was therapeutic.
Yes.
It brought us. 2 girls was missing. Mateen and Ingrid didn't get to come, but
man,
it was the best trip ever. Like, I hope the next time we go on a trip or a retreat, all of us. Yes. You know, I'm definitely down. I'm ready. I'm ready
for all of us to get together.
I've never been to Mexico, so that's like perfect. So you did touch base a little bit on not really, I guess, men feeling like you were man bashing.
Yeah, I got that.
How did you get a lot of negative feedback from the film prior to and after to? After.
I noticed beforehand when I announced the film, and the preview came out. I noticed that majority of the guys on my Facebook page, they didn't react. And normally when I, post something and, put something inspiration, they'll react to your post.
Right.
But when it comes to all because of man, and then you putting, I was bamboozled, I was, sexual abused, I was, and men took that as like personally,
yeah.
and then even on my business, James Productions, there was a couple guys that went in like, what did we do to you? And my sister had to set them straight because of that. And then, the email about like, stop feeling sorry for yourself or something like that. Wow. It was like, I was really shocked.
I think it is because a lot, my personal opinion, men took it personally because I feel like actions, like like I'm not saying each man that took you had something to say did something negative, but I feel like their actions, know what you've done, and
you feel guilty.
Now something coming out that kind of like all because of a man. Now you feel like, oh, you're. You know what I'm saying? You're man bashing.
Honestly, I chose that title because it's good marketing.
Right.
Yeah, it's good marketing, but it's completely opposite of what
they thought. Yeah.
And the thing is, what I love about the women in this film, they never once like got in and went in on the guy. They just told their experiences and their stories, and then at the end they wrapped it up in something a positive light.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
exactly. Because when I watched it for the first time, I was like, dang. None of us knew each other's stories. None of us knew what was going on with the next.
Yep.
But when we wrapped it up, everybody had something positive. They didn't blame or they didn't place the blame, even if they didn't get a chance to tell their ending or no female placed the blame on the guy. Exactly. We reflected it back to ourselves.
You took accountability.
Yeah, we have to each person took accountability for why they were treated the way they were treated.
Exactly.
You know
why
what I'm saying?
They allowed it to.
Exactly, or why they allowed it. Because at the end of the day, people do to you what you allow them to do.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And everything that we went through is because we weren't either confident enough to walk away or strong enough to say no, or you know what I'm saying? It was because of a decision we made.
Yeah.
We had to take accountability for our own actions. So at the end of the day, I agree. No female just sat there and just told their story.
They just told their story, and that's it. No names were mentioned. No, like,
exactly.
I hate this. No, it was
that's the
none
same
of that.
thing me and Mateen said at the end. Because, that was the first time Mateen was seeing it that night. And she was like, it's crazy. Nobody mentioned a name. Nobody, because it wasn't trying to go in there to just bring these people down. It was going in there to tell your story. You have a story to tell, and that's what you was doing, you know? So
that's why, and also I want to piggyback off of that. When I was receiving those negative comments, and I posted Mateen's video of, all men are not bad men, and she went into she basically ended the film in a positive note, and once she got 1,800 views because of it, and a lot of men commented. It was like, preach, sister, yes,
exactly, and that's why my little section, I didn't want you to post it because I felt like
it won't be opposite.
It's gonna be opposite, right? Because I believe what I said. They nag when we nag, and we carry on. They look at us like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, I like the angle that Mateen video did, because there were so many people that felt like, oh, it's a man bashing video, and they're gonna be up there just putting man. Because even somebody said to me, oh, so how was your film, your Diary of a Mad Black Woman? And I'm like, wow.
First of all, thank you so much for comparing it to Tyler Perry. Thank you so much. But no,
right?
It's not
I'm like, no, it's just it's like a therapeutic session. It is. It's
like people who can't afford the counseling, you pop that DVD in and you're good.
Right. So, how was your experience though, filming? Producing and filming your first film? Like, how was it for you?
You know, I love challenges, and it was so much of a challenge when I tell you I had, I had good executive producers. James, which he was like, he came in and he was so professional what he did, and he had y'all questions lined up, and even though y'all in the film you can hear him sometime, but he helped with basically the outline and everything. Latricia helped out with the bonus footage of the table scene, but hiring everyone, creating contracts for everyone, paying everyone, working the 16 to 18 hour days to afford to pay and get it. When I tell you, I honestly, I want to be honest with you. It was more challenging putting the premiere together versus the film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think the film was like a walk in the park for me, but putting the premiere together and make sure that, because with me, I feel that if you produce quality, you have to have quality things in your, at your premiere. But I felt like putting on the premiere was more stressful than the film.
Really?
Simone was there, of course, to help me out.
Right.
I hired, 2 production assistants. Everyone just came together and did their job.
Right.
And I was so excited that it just all came together. Special thanks to my videographers. I forget the name. But special thanks to them for headaches with editing. Editing took so long than the time that we shot.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna think of a name and I'm gonna give them a shout out.
Okay. And was the outcome what you expected? The premiere.
The premiere wasn't what I expected. Okay. The premiere, it was what I expected, but it was so calm and so I thought it was going to be chaos because I have all these people are coming, but it was just a walk in the park.
Right.
I was
That's
stressing
because
myself.
you had good people helping you.
Amazing
That's
people.
it. Like Allison is not from here, and she helped out.
She was amazing. Thank you so much.
Girl, that girl, she just does it. Like,
yes.
She just. I came in when I was walking in. This girl had a walkie-talkie. She pointing. I said, it was like she just knew everything that was going on, and I'm looking like this girl.
Because you have to think of and why I say the premiere was stressful enough. I had 4 managers. I had the VIP section. I had the people that are purchasing at the door, the theater managers, and I had the behind, like the HR, everything, my paying the people, paying the employees, and just making sure that everything worked together. I had to do all the treatment for it, but I felt that was the most stressful event. But now I know what's to prepare for next, because we have 3 more, and I'm actually pushing it to at least 5 more because I want to hit New Orleans and Dallas. So I'm like, yeah. So
let the people know where they can expect to see it again.
I'm taking a break because I have to recuperate. And the next premiere will be West Palm, which is my hometown, in February. And after that will be Jacksonville, which will be in March. April, I'm pushing. I wanted to do Tampa, but I don't want to do Tampa anymore, and I'm going to Atlanta. But after Atlanta, and see how with us going out of state, how I get the response. Depending if I get the response, that's when I'm going to go to New Orleans and then go to Dallas.
Oh, that's gonna be fun! I can't wait. I'm just excited about where we're gonna go and what's coming up.
It's just every month we're gonna be. And plus, we're producing a show coming up soon.
Right.
So
yes. Tell a little bit about that.
Okay. The show that the girls that are producing, and I'm also the executive producer and creator. It's called. Well, I created this because when we was going on our trip to Georgia, it was a long time in the car. and thanks to Simone created questions for us to, stay active and just have conversations. And we all chipped in, and we just had a social hour in the car for 7 hours. And I created girlfriends carpool conversation. to where, you know, there are 5 women that are discussing, we're discussing politics. We're going to discuss mental health, relationship advice, movie reviews. We're doing fashion tips. We're doing makeup tips. Social media. What's going on social media, which is called Natasha Timeline. And then there was, and then what I also want to do is actually bring vendors, you know, just to jump in the car and talk about their business and everything. But at the end of every episode, while we're driving to an event. And at the end of the episode will be like we're gonna either do yoga, we're going to probably skydiving could be one. And you know, a restaurant to try different foods. But it's everything in one episode. And there will be a website generated to where you can purchase every episode, and you will be able to a monthly subscription to where you can actually it's a $5 monthly subscription. So yeah, that it will be. We're starting that whole in production in December. We're gonna film our first episode in January. So watch out for that. I want to pitch it to BET, VH1. I'm pitching it to everybody. When I tell you a lot, but there's now BET Her, which is a new station, and I want to. That's where I believe the home will be for this. Yes,
I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for us.
Yes, because y'all get to produce your own stuff. So it's like, it's
like this. I'm telling you, this whole experience has just motivated me so much. Like I can't even express. Like I was sitting back just like every day trying to think what I'm gonna do next. Like I need to do something. Like my life is dry, you know. And then here you come one day out the blue, like, Tasha, would you like to, you know, be a part of it? And I'm like, hell yeah. And then I did it, and I just felt, like I said earlier, I just felt so like I can't stop here. Like I gotta do something. It's impossible
for you to stop.
Like it's like you can't do something so positive, so motivating, and you know. And then
process, like
and you know, Allison used to always just send me motivational stuff, and one day I just was like, you know what, let me start this podcast. And I wasn't even thinking about, because on the wrap up of All Because of a Man, you put under my thing, I'm starting a podcast and a book club. And I wasn't even thinking about All Because of a Man, like, you know, the premiere coming up, let me hurry up and get this podcast started. It just was divine intervention. I just got up one day and just said, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. You know, so it just worked out perfect. So you did discuss your upcoming event. So everybody look out for the
they look out on the website www.aboam.com, aka allbecauseofman.com. But please look out there for our different, where we'll be in different cities.
Yes. And what was the greatest thing you took from this whole experience?
The greatest thing I took for this experience was just to live in the moment. To live in the moment, because to be honest, I was ripping and running around and doing everything. And then it was this one moment where it was the second day of filming, and we were about to film the table scene, and I think we were on lunch. And then I brought my laptop to work to get some extra money and Janae said, cut the laptop off and live in this moment. This is what you're creating, and live in this moment. So and that's what I got, just to live in the moment. Because, and have patience too in this process, because it was plenty of times where I'm like, oh Lord, are you sure this is for me? Are you sure this is meant for me to create and do? But yeah, God gave me plenty of confirmations to do it.
Great. And how does your family feel about your accomplishment?
They were so excited. They were completely excited. I felt that, you know, when they came and they came and they saw it all, and my mom saw half of the film, and she couldn't finish it because it got so emotional. But like, they were just so proud.
Right.
They were so proud to help out. Even we were short too, and we were on a crunch. And my sisters, Shamir and Tamisha, thank you so much, because they came in and they worked my goodie bags, and they completed them in like 30 to 40 minutes. So I was like super excited. But yeah, like they were just so. They were proud of me. It was good.
I know that. I could see your mom was glowing. Like, yeah,
she was glowing.
She was like, "That's my boy."
Yeah, she was.
Now, what would you tell? There's so many people out there that want to, like, you just literally picked up and just did it.
Yeah.
What would you tell other people that have a vision like this? That they feel like it's unattainable? Like, what would you tell them?
Don't doubt yourself. When God gives you the vision to do it, do it. Don't sit on it, because He will bring it back later on and keep bringing it back to you. And just patience, a lot of patience, and have it together. There's a lot of time that you spent on not doing anything, and there's time that you can dedicate to doing something. Create the vision boards. I have my vision boards, and I have my boards up in my room of all the shows that I'm going to create and all I'm going to do. And when an idea, thought comes to me about that particular film that I'm going to do, I write it down. And I don't dismiss it, and I give myself a timeline of when I have to complete it.
Right.
And there's a lot that is coming up where I was like, God, can I get a break soon? And during the holiday, I am taking a break, but it's still, I have 2 more films that I want to complete by 2018, and then a show. So,
what's the name of the other films that you're?
This is an exclusive because I haven't told. I think you know. The next film, and I believe it's going to be released in the summer, because that's when I think we'll be done with All Because of Man.
Okay.
It's called All Because of Marriage. And I don't know, should I explain that? All Because of Marriage? Okay, All Because of Marriage is based on 4 different couples. And these couples, one deal with infidelity, others that would be financial issues, infertility issues, and then there's this. And when your partner gets, sick and going through a sickness, how they get through it. Right. So basically, it touches the majority of the things in a marriage that you go through, and these lovely couples will be able to tell their stories. And I want all married couples to come out and enjoy this film. It's going to be amazing. And then the next one, which will be in October of 2018, which is Cancer Month.
Yes.
And it's going to be called All Because of Cancer.
Oh, that's going to be, oh man.
That's going to be that's a film that is very, like, getting the cast for that. I have 2 in mind, and I'm working with 2. But just being able to have them tell their stories, it's emotional. Right. It's very emotional because I have someone who and I got the inspiration for doing this all because of cancer is because my aunt is currently going through bone cancer.
Oh wow.
And it's very tough and hard on the family when she's sick and going to the hospital and everything. But I have a breast cancer survivor. Yes. I have someone who's currently battling cancer, going to chemo. I have someone who, parents who child died from cancer, or a family member that died from cancer. But it's basically telling what you go through, because when a person goes through cancer, the family is affected too.
Yes.
And it's going to be very emotional for me to tape and film imagine. So.
Oh man, that's going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot. Not just financially, just all that information.
It's all the information that's going to
information overload. Yes. Well, I mean, good luck with your upcoming projects. I personally enjoyed working for you, so I know that the other ladies or the other, your other people you have in mind, they're probably just gonna love it because you, like I said, I went in there. Somebody's doing something for the first time. You're thinking, okay,
it's not
one. No, one. Yeah, I ain't gonna. I ain't gonna talk about it because I ain't gonna. I was like, you know what, James not gonna do this. So
yeah,
I was like, but when you was serious, when you gonna be like, Tasha, so you was sending me information, contracts. I was like, oh my God, James is serious. He ain't playing no games. We finna do this for real. Like you wasn't playing no games. Yeah. So I was like, so I know you a man of your word.
Yes, I am.
So. Just to, cause we're gonna wrap it up soon. I want to know.
Can I shout out the film company?
Oh yeah, before we done,
okay.
Before you gonna be able to.
I finally found it. Yeah,
you found it. You looking for it? Okay. I just want to know what would you share with each lady in this documentary.
Okay, starting with Mateen. It's okay to it's okay to let go of the past and to open up a little bit more so you can be able to be that sister to where you can go to different events and places and tell your story and feel a little bit more confident to be able to tell your story and help other young ladies heal from it. Yeah, that's what I would let her know. Tiffany, you, like she said, you are enough. You are going to find the love of your life that appreciates you even more. What you went through with these guys in the past. Right. Trust me, it will be worth it when your husband comes to you. Yes. Tasha Dunn. Tasha Dunn is she just graduated to be a pastor. I see
Congrats,
her.
girl. I love you.
She's so inspirational. And Tasha Dunn, plenty of times I spoke with her and she just ministered to me a lot. Build your ministry, win women in need. Continue to build the foundation of women in need and support women that truly need help. Ingrid, I will let her know because Ingrid is a little bit more like me. Breathe, loosen up, and you are a strong woman. Ingrid. You are a very strong Ingrid. Woman, and it's okay to be vulnerable sometimes. It's okay to be that woman that is, joyful and cheery when you get to know a guy. Just, be a little bit more vulnerable. Tasha Combs, I would say you are funny and y'all don't understand him, and I hope she do an episode to where she be able to tell, like y'all can see that jokey side of her. But I honestly, my passion for you is to continue your podcast because it's going to be very successful.
Thank you.
But I want to see her on the stage in a sold out crowd telling jokes because this girl is so funny. Y'all just don't understand, man. But at the same time, you're a great mother.
Thank you.
You're doing so amazingly for yourself as a mother, but to continue to just not fall in that trap of being comfortable.
Right.
Always make yourself feel uncomfortable because the thing is, when it's uncomfortable, that means to do it.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what I would tell.
And my final question, what does love look like to you?
Love is more of an action to me. And for a guy to tell you that he loves you, you truly have to feel it in your core. And it's not by the words. Love can be shown by, buying the, I can say this, Mateen boyfriend. He reached out to me behind her back on Facebook, and he told me about her favorite flowers for the premiere. And I was like, that is true love.
Yes, that was nice.
When a guy is genuinely there for you and genuinely wants to see you successful, and show it by the smallest things, I feel that's love. I haven't got a chance to experience it lately, but I know that it's there. But just people, please be optimistic about it, and just don't close it out, because when you close it out like it would never happen, you're closing the door to that opportunity. I'm excited every day that I'm going to meet the person of my dreams, and like, love is amazing. So when that person presents themselves to you, they will show you by the actions that they, you know.
That's right. It's all about the action.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to go ahead and do your shots out.
Okay.
And make sure you include where people could get in. I know you did mention a little bit on how to reach you. Make sure you include how they can get in contact with you if they have any further questions or concerns. Okay. So.
Alrighty. Shout out to our videographer. Think Global Films. They're located in Miami. They drove up to film this documentary in 2 days, and they were fantastic. JJ's Grill. Shout out to JJ's Grill.
JJ's
he provided food for the cast.
Food was so good.
And it was so good. Yes. Special shout out to Tame Your Style. Because Mateen, she's amazing at what she do when it comes to styling. You can also reach me on Facebook at James Monds Productions on Facebook in the business tab. James _Monds_ Productions on Instagram, and our website, which is www.aboam.com.
I'll be messing that up too. I'm like, wait, hold on, I gotta do it in my head.
And if you have any, and if you would like to be a part of any of the films that I have coming up, you can email me at jm_management@aol.com. If you want to tell a story, let me know, and I will see where you will fit in with my future documentaries. But that's that.
Okay, so guys, again, welcome James Monds. Again, thanks so much for coming. Final closing quote: push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you.
Amen.
Yes, thanks.